This is video 7. I'm going to post all these videos of these 7 videos. I'm going through my life experience, and I'm going through you know, facts. I'm talking about the facts, common denominators, and how it's really extreme conservatism, but nobody's using that. They're just saying conservative, man. And I don't want a one-party system in America that is sovereign, that just controls everything. It's linked to religion that is equal to what Putin does, equal to what Russia does, equal to what Saudi Arabia does, in any country that is saying we do business, we're friends with America, and we all hold hands. Yet you're all very oppressive, man. And all the common denominators to the slave prison industry, that is a conservative business, largely. Do the research, I did. Years! And I'm like, oh my gosh, man. Too many common denominators here. Too many. It needs to get worked out. So where I want to go, I'm going to cover in brief everything that I covered in a lot of other videos. And a lot of things, every situation has its own right and wrong. And when you're dealing with money, I know it's hard to make those decisions. I can understand that. I can understand it, and I remember being a Marine when I got out of the Marine Corps. I sold universal life insurance to Marines I knew needed a long-term plan, but then they couldn't afford it when we did their business, to see what are their finances. And that goes back to me being a legal clerk, and to say, well, these guys, when they dominate that man and it's gone and they lose all this money, they can't afford it in the first place, yet they need it over a long period of time. But they don't need it now because you got 3 more years on the Marine Corps. I was having to do all these assessments of right and wrong, knowing that I could make money. Because so many of the Marines said, you're a good salesman. You're talking me out of a sale. And even my people that were in charge of me were like, oh man, you're a great salesman, man. You should be selling $100,000 easy. But not at the risk of doing what, I had to always make those decisions. To say, but when we're doing their finances, they can't afford it. And then Lance Corporal, oh my gosh, there's some of these corporals that are married with kids. Again, I made videos on this, man. They're really poor. Make too many videos and posts on this. And me having to say, you know what, I'm going to come see you in a couple of months, but right now, you need to get your finances together. I would tell these Marines. You need to, you need to do this, this is what I'm spending, this is what I have free, so you can make that payment, or you're just throwing the money away. But and I used to tell them, you got 3 more years on a term life insurance, but you still need a whole life insurance, or universal life insurance when you get out of the Marine Corps. But your finances, I would be doing this kind of thing. And then saying, I just lost $300. I would walk out of there a million times saying, I could have easily made just $300, but at the expense of not doing what was right. So I understand it on a small scale. I wasn't rich. It's like I needed that $300. I didn't have any money. I was barely making it a month myself. But then I couldn't do it. It's a Marine. I was a Marine. No, man. And then seeing the other business, guys just saying, just sell it, man. Just make the money. Man. Someone was driving a Mercedes, and they were like having all this money, and I'm like, come on, man. You just sell insurance. And I'm like, yeah, but a lot of the Marines didn't. A lot of the Marines, this was the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. I was supposed to do right by the Marines. I was an NCO. It's like I got an award in sergeant school from the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. In fact, I got an award from the guy who was in charge of me. He gave me the award at sergeant school. Yet it was kind of a front for selling insurance. And then I felt like I got a bad taste in my mouth, and I said to myself, you know what? It's kind of like I was not, I had to make a moral decision. I said, I can make money, but I'm not going to make money this